Both these books suck. Just saying, they both sucked. But y'all loved them for different reasons, and I was okay with both. I was like lukewarm for both of those books.
Exactly. I am curious about the sequel though, just because it stars war.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, internet.
You can't be like that. You can't say Pestilence book sucked and then you're like, oh, but maybe his brother's a little better. No,
we read
the whole family, or you don't get any apocalypse dick.
We hate read Air Awakens, and those books sucked. Like we did that, Andrea. We did that. I'm just saying, I will read shitty books for y'all. I would read shitty books for this book club, which that's what we are. If you're just kind of stumbling into this not argument, but like discussion.
It's an argument.
Then welcome to Only Lovers Left in the Library. We are a vaginal fantasy subgroup. We read romance. And that's it.
We can't keep saying that because they don't exist anymore. We can't be a subgroup of a non-existing group.
I mean, the group exists. They're just not doing hangouts. We've been through this. That's what margaritas do to you. They make you forget. Make you forget things. It's the truth. Watch the last hangout. Okay. So let's see. This month we read. Was it this month? It was last month. But I didn't have any internet in my house because Puerto Rico doesn't ever get its shit together. So, granted that I don't lose power in the middle of this hangout, we'll be talking about Pestilence by Laura Thalassa. Okay, I'm going to go ahead because I have it here, and Tashay is eating olives, and Andrea's very upset. So I'm going to read.
Andrea's in the what?
Andrea's very upset. I'm going to read it, and it says, I think I read it in the last hangout, but who cares? Just in case you don't know what this is about, it's got a pretty baller cover. Ooh. And it says,
I didn't like that he was blonde.
I didn't like a lot of things. All right. They came to Earth. Pestilence, war, famine, death. 4 horsemen riding their screaming steeds, racing to the corners of the world. 4 horsemen with the power to destroy all of humanity. They came to Earth, and they came to end us all. When Pestilence comes for Sarah Burns' town, one thing is certain. Everyone she knows and loves is marked for death. Unless, of course, the angelic-looking horseman is stopped, which is exactly what Sarah has in mind when she shoots the unholy beast off his steed. Too bad no one told her that Pestilence can't be killed. Now the horseman, very much alive and very pissed off, has taken her prisoner, and he is eager to make her suffer. Only the longer she's with him, the more uncertain she is about his true feelings towards her and hers towards him. And now, well, Sarah might still be able to save the world, but in order to do so, she'll have to sacrifice her heart in the process.
I feel like that is a misleading description because when I read that, I thought all of the horsemen were going to be in this book.
Same, but turns out that the 4 horsemen went through the entire thing, and then they all left, and then Pestilence came back to finish, like, cleaning out the human scum. Us.
They're like, it's the end of the world. JK, bye.
Pestilence, you got this is just, we're just pre-gaming apocalypse. Pre-game apocalypse. And we'll come back for the real fucking deal later. But we're going to start off, like, with our... All right, so... We got to talk about it. Let's get general impressions. We've been talking about this book for, like, ever. Tashay is eating a delicious snack platter. So it's between you and me, Andrea.
I am.
You want to go first?
I'm just muting while I'm eating so that I don't sound like a goddamn monster.
I don't want to go first because I feel like you're just going to hate on him. So I should be last so that the audience doesn't just...
Let's go from levels of hatred. And also because Tashay finished it first, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Give us your overall impressions of the book. Like, what'd you rate it? Why did you rate it? And we will talk about it. But we'll all have our turn to speak our truth.
2.
So I rated this book 2 stars.
You rated the werewolf higher than this?
I did.
I did.
What the heck is wrong with you?
Look, I thought that the werewolf was funner because there were more characters involved. And also there was chocolate. Okay, so book, first impression. First of all, yeah, I thought that this was going to be about, that it was going to involve the 4 horsemen and that Pestilence would play a larger role. But yeah, I just feel like within the first few pages, there's a very quick shift in tone because the book introduces this like super dramatic world where the horsemen have shown up and it's end of days and people have been divided into factions and they have to survive. And then you get to the main character's point of view and it becomes this like teen type of young adult perspective that kind of caught me off guard.
They were talking about this in the forum. Sorry to interrupt you, but it's kind of, I don't know if it's super important, but they talk about this being a new adult book where it's like young adult, but there's sex in it, so it's new adult. You know what I mean?
Which, fine. But I feel like you go, the horsemen came and there's desolation. And then the perspective changes into, I see him in the distance. He's really hot, but like really good looking. And I don't know if I should want to top him or be on top of him. Yeah. Like that happens so much that I didn't.
For the record, I agree with this. I didn't like her at all. I just wanted to trade places with her.
Gotcha. Super cool.
Okay.
Keep going, Tash.
As a main character, this lady, what the fuck is her name? I don't know. Sarah
Burns, the fire woman.
Which, by the way, Sarah Burns and she's a firefighter. Okay. My name is Tashay Snacks.
Tashi Snacks.
That actually, I mean, I would hire you.
I would. Wait, you wouldn't?
I'm a caterer.
No, I would.
I would absolutely. I would absolutely hire Tashi Snack.
This was like a sexy thing.
Oh, Tashi Snack. Oh. I would hire you too, though.
I do.
Both work.
I have a voracious appetite.
You can be like that book we read where the prostitutes in space. You could be like the caterer.
That's me. I provide a feast for your eyes and
not
your
just
palate.
a snack, it's an entree.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sorry, go on.
So I don't know. I had a lot of issues with the development because they also introduced Pestilence as this character who has no empathy towards anybody. He's here to do a job. And then for some reason, this one girl takes him off. And the whole premise is that she tries to kill him and fails. And he takes it super personally that she tried to kill him. And so he decides he's going to torture her. But first of all, the fact that she somehow thinks that no one's tried to kill him before is hilarious to me. Because, girl, okay, maybe it's because she's in Canada and she thinks that people are a lot more mellow in Canada.
This is in Canada?
It's in Canada.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, they go into the U.S., but it starts off like she's yeah.
This changes nothing.
But she's in Canada.
But I'm shook.
So she's like, oh, like, I'm going to fight him, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, girl, if he made it through the US of A with the gun control laws that they have, and like, don't tell me that you didn't hear about anybody else trying to kill him first. Second of all, okay, a shit ton of people tried to kill him. Obviously, it didn't work. So how do you, second of all, think that he's mortal? And then third of all, she goes and tries to kill him, doesn't work out. And then he picks, la coge con ella. Like suddenly, this one woman specifically.
Like, it's because he saw the whole little.
Yeah, that he was going to kill her, and then the thing happened.
He was going to kill her, but
what the fuck was that about? Oh my god, this book.
But there's divine intervention somehow that keeps him from killing her.
Glyph ex machina.
So, okay. So let's say, cool, maybe he is an agent of God. And so seeing a sign from God keeps him from doing this thing.
Very God-y. I will say I did not like that.
There was a lot of like faith pushing, which I don't understand the message.
It's also a turnoff.
Receive. Like there's so many mixed messages of like the perspective that we're getting. So I don't know if it's like well, you should have been more religious, but fuck you, because you know what? It doesn't matter, because the characters who are pious in the book and are believers still die. So there isn't anything about the better you are or the more you try to be a good person, you will somehow be spared.
It's the whole, like, it's like when classroom teachers punish the whole classroom, even if one kid is the only one misbehaving. It's like that whole thing, like, there's no way for you to save yourself, because unless every single person is good, you're screwed.
Exactly. But what is it? But this girl, so then it shouldn't, so then the sign shouldn't have, no sé, como que the way that they tried to elevate her is like, somehow she's different. She's not. She's not different at all. She's not special at all. He just like saw a shadow and was like, all right, I'm not going to kill her. Fine. But then he'd be like, it goes from, I'm going to kill her, blah, 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 to suddenly she's like, what do you mean you've never had any ice cream? I'm going to make you try some. Oh my God, you've never done this? I'm going to turn this around. You're such a grumpster. You're so grumpy. You and I are old pals. And I'm like, when the fuck did that happen? Because it went from him literally dragging her behind a horse
to them like eating jelly sandwiches in the kitchen.
To her being like, oh my God, you've never had a PB&J. I feel so bad for you. Oh my God, here, eat this sandwich. Oh, the couple in this house just died. Nah, that's fine. And then just the way that the story...
Guess I'll steal their shit.
Guess I'll steal their shit. And there was no like payoff for me either, because yeah, they start hooking up and he slut shames her because like obviously he has no idea that sex isn't a big deal if the Bible is to be believed, I guess. But then in the end, he's like, I'm never going to change. I'm never going to change. I'm never going to change. I'm never changing. Nothing specifically happens to change him. She's like, I don't want to see you anymore. But that doesn't even have anything to do with it, because apparently, according to the story, even before she dumped him, he changed his mind. Because I guess he was like, really likes food, which, okay, like, I get it. Yeah. Food and blowjobs, awesome. But she didn't do anything special other than have sex with him. So, like, was that the thing that was... It tipped the scales? Was some good puss?
Yeah.
Like, all it takes to end the apocalypse is, like, fuck him and swallow? And, like, don't worry about using condoms?
If it had been raunchier, I would have been, like, here for it. This would have gotten 3 stars.
I think the way I read that was that, like, it would have happened eventually no matter what, regardless of whether he had been fucking her or fucking someone else or not fucking anyone at all.
Yeah.
Like, because he was in this human body, he would have eventually started experiencing...
He should have fucked Rihanna, and then it would have happened a lot faster. Day 2. Plague is over, guys. Plague is over.
Rihanna with the Pope hat. She saved humanity.
We're done. I changed my mind. So I just, I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of, it could have gone a lot of different ways, and it didn't kind of really go anywhere for me. And then the like one couple that I did like, of course, dies because they're trying to set him up as being this like, oh, I can't be moved. But you would think that if all it took was some puss to change him, why wouldn't he have felt compelled to save this one couple? He didn't even have to like, he could have taken her out of the house before they died and been like, I'm not stopping it, and then not killed them.
Same. It would have the same effect.
It would have had the same effect story-wise, but it's like it's like they tried to have him do it to spite her, but at that point in the book, he's already showing that that's not what he's like. So it's like to hurt the audience more. It's like killing Glenn.
Who's Glenn?
Unnecessary.
Why would you do that?
I'm sorry.
I was like,
betrayal.
Not ready.
From The Walking Dead. It was an unnecessary thing that the writers were like, oh, the audience is super invested. You know, it would like destroy everybody.
J.K. Rowling with Tonks and Remus.
Oh my God. Why?
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 Never forgive
I'm
you, bitch.
already compelled by this storytelling. I'm already invested in the characters. I already know that life sucks and good people die.
Where are my notes at?
Now I'm just sad.
Oh.
All right. Anyway. I'm going to keep eating my hummus toast.
I feel like all of your points are valid. I will have follow-up question, and I'm gonna ask later. Okay, that's it.
Dale.
I found my notes, but that's it.
Next.
I guess that's my turn.
Wait, that's it? You're just gonna say I second Tashay and that's it?
No. Like, okay, I guess it's like I do, but I guess yeah. Okay, and then to elaborate. So here's what it is. I had a lot of high hopes for this book because I thought the premise, while problematic, could still be super fun. And my problem with this book is that it was not fun for me. In the way that like Taken by the T-Rex is fun. Because it's super bad, but it's like so bad it's good. And
Taken by the T-Rex was not fun.
It was hilarious. It was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no one's taking this seriously at all. Like, no one's ever going to whatever. It was fun for me, is what I'm saying. I feel like that's the kind of the theme. For me, this was not fun because it was already like, whenever I mentioned the premise of the book to anyone who wasn't in book club, they're like, oh, this is a Stockholm Syndrome book. And I'm like, yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, I get the kink. I like get why that is sexy to some people. And I was here for it, but this book just wasn't fun for me. I didn't if the book, I'll give you this, Andrea, if the book had you as a protagonist, I could see why he would change. I could see I could see it because like you're fucking remarkable, okay? Like Sarah Burns.
Andrea would be like, look at nature.
Yeah, yo, like you would take him on like a nature walk.
Beautiful.
Indy would be there, Ghost would be there too, and like, so I would be like, oh my God, she's gonna change him. I can see it. She doesn't have to do anything.
Vegan. Try these.
Yeah, I get it. But unfortunately, Sarah Burns was not that for me. I was like, okay, fine. And I didn't like how flip-floppy it was in terms of like, see, this is what I wanted to happen. What I wanted to happen was that Sarah Burns was a dirty slut, and she was going to convince Pestilence by like seducing the fuck out of him, and he would have been like, no, I'm gonna make you suffer, but really he's the one that's suffering. And that's where I wanted this to go. Instead it went down like morality and so evil but so hot, and everyone around me is dying and I'm like martyred now, and that's not fun for me. That's like, I was bored. And it did the Valerian thing where they do the same thing over and over. They did it like so many times. Let's go into a town. Oh no, people are going to shoot you. They shoot him. He comes back to life. Let's go into a town. Oh no, people are going to shoot you. They shoot him. He comes back to life. It escalates. But after like 2 or 3 times, I'm just like, okay, what's the point? What's happening?
By the 3rd time, it's like, girl, he's not going to die.
And going back to the Andrea, I would definitely say Pestilence. This Sarah Burns person only quotes Edgar Allan Poe and Shakespeare. And let me tell you, internet, if you haven't met my friend Andrea, this person is amazing. All I'm saying, she could quote way more shit than the fucking Raven. Well, he's into it because, of course, he's like a stupid fuckboy. And so he's like so into it.
I didn't believe that part at all. Like, I couldn't see her character memorizing a single poem.
He's like, did you write that?
Yes. Fucking lie, bitch. Anyway, so I get where he's coming from mostly, but I don't get where he's coming from at the same time. And then, okay, I thought that the romance worked out the way that it was supposed to, and I was into it. Once it finally got started, the book was not fun for me at all. But once they started getting like, I'm gonna take a bath, and I'm gonna, oh, his dick is on my leg. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And the really fun part for me was that he doesn't want to say anything in like his angelic. No, was it angelic? I don't remember what the name of the language was, but he's not supposed to say
language.
Yeah, divine language, and he doesn't say it, but then he does the first time he comes. Like he comes inside her too, by the way. And I was like, ha, that's funny. I was like, okay, let's do this. Here we go. It's gonna get okay. No, it gets more serious, and that was my real bone to pick. And I didn't want to give it 3 stars because I didn't particularly enjoy this scenario, but I get why people liked it, and I get why I didn't love how he slut shamed her, and I also wish that it had leaned harder into either we're super Christian and this is definitely the fucking rapture apocalypse or whatever, and everyone needs to be punished, and fuck humanity because y'all suck, or that they were just like aliens and it wasn't actually the horsemen, but like our interpretation of what horsemen were. Girl, this book could have gone so many different ways. Instead, it just was like,
I do like
killing everybody, but I want to fuck him.
I do like that it went from him just like beating the crap out of her and her always being naked in front of him, and she peed a lot. I didn't see her ever shit in front of him.
Ooh, we got to talk about like that she probably was like super stinky and her
never.
No, I messaged Christina and I was
hairy
like,
pits, hairy leg.
how is it that at no point in this book do they mention the fact that like she probably has like a gigantic bush and like her legs aren't shaved, like, but she seems like the kind of person who would probably shave like in real life, like lips. So I feel like at some point he would have been in her head like, oh shit, he's seeing me all like hairy and stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm so self-conscious. But that like never happens. And I believe that her character would be so confident in her like hairy situation. To, like,
I definitely feel like she was sneak shaving while he was eating like
same here. She was getting those Bics and she was like in the shower right before he would come in and like sneak. She'd be like,
I'm gonna go get us some ingredients for lunch.
Dry shaving, dry
shampoo.
Oh, baking powder.
No, I'm trying to find sustenance. I'm dying. It's fine. It's a human thing. You're fine. But I do like that it went from her being like, I look like shit, whatever, I'm just gonna take this bath, to once he starts like knowing what an erection is, he's just like trying not to stare at her boobs. It went from like, you're a human, to like,
nice titties. Oh man. And
she's like,
I wanted to say one more thing, but I forgot. Oh fuck. Maybe it'll come to me later. Oh, okay. This is also another personal thing. I don't love like virgin narratives or whatever.
Well,
and I don't think she was a virgin. Was she?
No. She's like, I've had a lot of sex. And he's like,
exactly.
What?
And then he was like, but I'm not into the whole, let me teach you how to do this. Because maybe I would like war better, because I feel like war would be like, make a wish. And then just, like, get her done. But it's like, oh, teach me the ways. And I'm like, oh, I don't have time for this. The world's ending, brother. Come on. So that is the end.
By the second time they're fucking, he's like, reverse cowgirl, flip her over. Grab her by the hair, hug her titty, slap her face.
I love these hand gestures.
Bring it around town. Bring it around.
Oh, okay. I'm done. Back to Apocalypse Beer. Whew. What did you love about this, Andrea? Why is this a 5-star book for you? I need to know.
Okay,
I'm here. My heart is open. My ears are open.
I didn't give it 5 stars. So
what did you give it?
Back up a little. I don't remember.
You gave it 4 stars.
It wasn't 2 and it wasn't 5. So
you gave it 4 stars. When you finished, you sent us 4 giant stars in the group chat.
So, I agree with everything you said about Sarah, what's her face? Like, I hated her. I thought she was so dumb. And you're right with the new adult thing. Like, she talked kind of like a teenager, but not exactly like a teenager. Like, I hated it. I didn't like it at all. But for me, like, I just kind of tuned her out of the story, and I became Sarah Burns. And so I just really liked Peste, as we called him in our chat.
Are you gonna sing your jam?
I mean, I could, but
okay.
Nobody's gonna understand it because none of our viewers speak Spanish.
You don't know that? Maybe we'll save it for later.
Okay. Well, anyway, I just was really into him, even though he was blonde, and I don't really like blondes, but I was into the death side of him. So I just imagined him with dark hair. I don't know. I just really liked him. I agree with literally everything you said about the whole apocalypse plot holes and like the morality stuff and the she is sucky, like all of those things. I agree. But I still gave it 4 stars because I loved Peste. I would marry Peste.
I need to know, what is in his profile? What in his profile did you love? Tell him to me.
I think I'm just like really into men who have a great capacity for violence, but are also like really mushy on the inside, but also won't reveal that they're really mushy on the inside. I don't know. I was also just really into all of their sex scenes and like all of their everything. Like the first time they like almost kissed, I was just like, I was like reading it at work and I was like, whew, I need to like calm down. And then when he's like, we're making love, and she's like, that's not what making love is. And he like, he like slows it the fuck down and he's like, this is making love. And she's like, anyway, that whole scene, I was.
The sex scenes were hot. They were super hot. I was here for them. I was like, more of this, please. Where was this?
Exactly. I don't know, and I kind of like the fact that he was like doing this job that he was supposed to do, and he didn't necessarily want to do it, but it was his job, and he was just kind of trying to,
adulthood.
Yeah, I understood that. I don't know. It was, I mean, I didn't think it was this like amazing novel that would stay with me for years or anything. It was just,
I feel like it will though.
Like, well, for me, like, it was just like this kind of, if I wanted like a light, sexy read, like that fit the bill for me. Like this was like a light, sexy read for me. I could have done with a lot less God overall.
What a buzzkill.
It was like a little too much God.
Yeah, because it wasn't like, oh, I'm so repressed, I need to be liberated. It's more like, there's a God, question mark?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that part of it. Like, I mean, I guess it makes sense, like, because they're biblical figures. Like, I don't know that you could write a book about the apocalypse, the four horsemen and the apocalypse without having like a godlike. I mean,
she was agnostic though. She's like, I didn't believe in anything until this happened, and then at that point, it's not faith, it's evidence, and he was like into that.
No, I know, but I didn't like the fact that that's what the book was saying, though, is that, oh, no, God does exist, and he sent us because you guys are a sucky, like, species. I didn't love that. Like, I didn't love the whole premise that, like, well, if you thought God didn't exist, you were wrong. But, yeah, I was into Peste. I liked him. I don't know. I think sometimes too, it really just depends like where you're at mentally when you read a book. And I think it was at a point where like we hadn't really read like a sexy book in a while. Like the last ones that we had read like weren't, I don't know. I felt like this book was sexier.
A lot of teen books that didn't have a lot of sex.
Yeah, I feel like this one was sexier than ones that we had read in a while. And I don't know. I was into it.
Ready for some dick. That's what you're saying.
You what?
So we were ready for some dick. We were ready for some dick in our books. That's what it was.
Yeah, and you know it's funny because like he's kind of like a little wimp, to be honest. He's all like, we had sex. That means we're gonna have a baby. Are you ready?
We're gonna get married. Oh, my worst fucking nightmare.
I put my pee-pee in your veg, and that means we're gonna be married, and God is gonna
in real life, if someone was to do that to me, I'd be like, ah! Like run.
Same.
But I was like, oh, Peste, you're so cute. Like,
oh my God, no.
Can we talk about the real MVP?
Like, I'm gonna go get some eggs. I'll be right back. Never sees me again.
I don't know. I forgave him because he was a horseman of the apocalypse. I was like, of course, he knows nothing about human relationships.
I'll teach him what ghosting is. Bye.
Yeah,
Sarah Byrne should have been a bigger slut.
For real.
He'd be like, humanity can be redeemable. I love you. He'd be like, and then he'd wake up the next day and be like, are you fucking kidding? Fuck everyone.
Can't find her on social media.
Everyone died.
I have blocked people for less. Trust. Okay, but let's talk about the real MVP of this book. Unless, Andrea, you wanted to add more, because I didn't realize. I was just thinking about the horse. I want to talk about Trixie.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Such a good horse.
No, I agree with you. Let's talk about Trixie. Trixie was the bomb.
She was the bomb.
No, it's a boy.
Well, let's pretend
She
it was
identifies however she wants to identify.
Yeah, it's just and be horse. We're cool. I liked Trixie, and I liked the old couple.
Yeah,
the old couple was so sweet.
I knew she was going to do that. I knew that this author was going to just
kill the one like
with my emotion.
chill ass couple. That's the thing. It's like he's like, oh, we are soulmates. Like we had sex, we're gonna end up together, and humanity and your values, and you all deserve to be punished. Blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, but you found a couple that literally is being so good to you, and they're doing it out of the kindness of their hearts, and they love each other, and they exemplify the only good thing that you've seen.
Yeah, and even if he's killing them.
But I can't let her see that I'm changing, so like, fuck these people. Because you know it was for her. You know it was because he didn't want her to think that he was changing her.
I didn't interpret it as being for her. I interpreted it as like him trying to prove to himself that he could still do the job.
Mm-hmm.
Like I read it as he really actually liked those people, but he couldn't. He was struggling with the idea that like anything could sway him from doing his job. So he was like, I need to do what I was meant to do. Like, I can't, I am the horseman. I will do this. Like, that's how I read it.
I do like how
at that point he already ate the food and fucked the lady. So it's like,
I know. So that's like the only thing he had left.
You've gone too far, bro. At least he didn't just start killing shit ton of dogs. That would have been like,
yeah. I liked how the only thing I liked about Sarah Burns' character was how she was like compartmentalizing.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I can't believe they're dead.
Everybody's dead. Let's just take their shit. That's getting all those razors.
Yeah.
So, like, sneak shave. But I did like that she had to create this disconnect because, she was super into him, but could not be super into him at the same time because of what he was doing. I thought that was pretty accurate. The more it went along, the more I enjoyed it.
For dating a Republican.
Dude, oof.
But in the end, he becomes a Democrat, so it works.
Yeah. Oh, but a boring one. Were you guys satisfied by the ending?
No.
You guys like it that he basically turned into a grandpa?
Yep.
I thought, first of all, I hated the name that he picked for himself. Boring.
What was it? It's erased from my mind. I forgot.
Victor.
What?
Who's Victor?
The only Victor that I have ever known.
Oh my God, Tosh.
Tried to get me to take my clothes off and then let snakes travel on my body while he took pictures. And I was like, nice to meet you, Victor. Bye.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's...
Wait, you know this Victor, Christina?
Whoa!
That Victor! From like La Maestria, like that group.
Yeah, I remember that, Victor. I'm thinking about, here's the thing. I have two different Victors in common with each of you, and they're both creeps. That Victor and the other Victor, Tosh, were
grade school liar Victor who said that he was going to get us tickets to the Disney cruise.
Yeah, and then was going to perform with Hillary Duff in the... It's not snakes, but it's weird, okay? I'm just saying.
Years later, he's like, I'm really hot now. I look really, really hot. I've got a great body, and you guys wish you could be with me.
What I thought was...
him on MySpace.
What I thought was really interesting is that...
or call me love.
She almost dies or whatever, and then she's like, but War, I love your brother, and he's changing, and blah, blah, blah. And War's like, huh. But then, like, now he's in the second book, so I feel like he's gonna hit Earth with like already this set of like preconceived notions of like what is happening. So that's why I kind of want to read the second book. Because
what do you think? I'm waiting for the synopsis.
She's gonna fuck War and fix it.
Yeah. Because if it's like a weird love triangle thing,
I don't think it will be. I think War is gonna find his own. Who are you talking to?
And he's right behind you, girlfriend.
No, I'll be sold if War falls in love with a guy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Gay love story, and then War's like, I'm a man, and the gay boyfriend is like,
Nah, okay.
If you were a real man, you'd respect your own feelings.
Oh!
And War's just like,
It wouldn't ever happen though, because they can't have a book that's so like heavy-handed with the God stuff and like the not sinning stuff, and then just have like a gay horseman.
oh my God, wait, what's happening?
Wait, I was reading something. Oh, never mind. Whew.
But you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would happen. This book is too religious to have a gay horseman.
Yeah, but
For a
wouldn't
second,
that be
I thought you were gonna say a gay horse, and I was like, Trixie skills.
Trixie skills! The gay horse we all need.
The gay horse of the apocalypse.
Oh my god, wouldn't that be amazing?
It would.
The gay horsemen of the apocalypse.
But then everyone would give it 1 star just because it's like, Kris, that book that I read, The Prince and the Dressmaker, I was looking through the reviews and there were all these people who had given it like 1 star because it has a boy who likes to wear dresses. And there was this one review that had like 1 million likes, and she was all like, I don't hate gay people, and I don't hate like what did she say? She basically listed like a list of all the things that she didn't hate. Like she's like, I don't hate transgenders, I don't hate gays, I don't hate like drag queens, blah blah blah. But God doesn't approve of them.
Oh my fucking God!
I gave them 1 star because they're trying to. This is a political book trying to brainwash our children. I was like, what the? I gave it 5 stars, even though I probably would have given it 4 just to make up for.
Whatever, suck my ass.
Whatever, Marsha, go eat flavorless oatmeal with your husband.
Bran flakes.
Can't get an erection and masturbate.
Well, I've done that with books as well. That book that we read that was not great, but I gave it like a super high rating. Oh,
Which one?
The gay werewolf one.
Oh yeah, with the champagne cum.
No, it was the gay demon book. The demon
with the champagne cum
and the vampire.
No. It was that's the werewolf one. That wasn't that. That's she writes LGBTQ.
Oh no. That was the one where when
the demon and the vampire guy.
He was mated for life.
Yeah, that one. Well, that was her first like foray into gay erotica or whatever, and everyone's like 1 star. I didn't even read this one. I'm giving it 1 star because I don't appreciate whether the direction that this author is going. And I'm like, oh really? Well, my 5 star will ruin this algorithm, and it's not a 5 star book at all. But oh well.
But she tried.
But I'm here for the gay horseman.
That book, but I really like that whole like, I'm a vampire and my heart can only be restarted by having sex with my mate. Oh, I'm a demon and I'm stuck not coming until I love
that book was fun. That book was fun to read.
Into my dog food. Oh, you got some of your dog food into my cat food. Cat dog food.
What the fuck, guys?
I'm eating a lot of cheese right now.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I feel good. We talked it out. I feel like we're all on the same page now. And I would not date Pestilence.
Good, because I'm already dating.
I was gonna say, but that's good because then Andrea's relationship.
Exactly. Yeah, okay. Well, everybody wins in this scenario. Plus, I'm dying, so it doesn't matter. I just want you to know you're dating my murderer.
Unlimited access to Trixie, though, and you don't.
No, I'm dead. He killed me. I want you to like live with that forever in your weird fantasy world. That Pestilence fucking killed
one
me.
Of the people that got the Pestilence, and then he rode back and undid the Pestilence.
Right.
Because I was like, my bestie Kris, I need you to undo it. And he was like, okay.
But only if you quote some Edgar Allan Poe to me or something.
I'm in a bunker by my damn self waiting for fucking War to show up, and we'll see what's gonna happen.
And I'm taking my top off. For War. I hope War is a brunette.
Blood of my enemy. Where did these Slim Jims come from?
Why what is up with Pestilence being a blonde? I can't get over that.
Who did you pick? Did you picture anyone when you were reading this?
I couldn't because they kept describing him as this like angelic blonde, and I couldn't. That was like the opposite of when I think of Pestilence, I think mostly just dark images.
Just like,
well, I kept
Loki.
I didn't.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston. Maybe they did it. Maybe it's the whole like Pestilence is there, so they made it super hot. So maybe War is gonna be this like super meek little dandy, and then like Death will be like a fucking little girl.
Okay, well, the person I pictured for Pestilence is like
Legolas.
No, Tom Felton, but with like long hair, like Draco the older Draco Malfoy, but with like longer hair.
I wouldn't have sex with him.
I mean, I wouldn't either, which is why I pictured Tom Felton. Ain't no white boys getting in here. You shall not pass. Shit, wrong universe. Okay, and I literally pictured no one for Sarah Burns. I pictured like, ugh.
What's her face? Maybe what's her face from Scream?
Neve Campbell?
Yeah.
No, not her.
You have her.
I'm thinking Jenna Dewan from.
Oh my god, yes.
And Channing Tatum with an awful wig.
I don't know who that is.
Maybe I can find a photo.
Pop culture injection. Look it up. Step Up. The first one. Original.
Look it up. I have 2 dogs that need kisses.
All right. Well, I'm all talked out. You finished the next book. I feel like it's stupid for me to even say what it is.
Oh, but only I've finished it. You guys are still not there.
I'm on it. I'm halfway there. The next book that we're supposed to read is Children of Blood and Bone. It's by
Jenna Dewan.
There's Channing Tatum in the back. They got divorced, or they're getting divorced or some shit.
They're dancing.
That's them. That's Pestilence and Sarah Burns. Okay. Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Okay. Do you want to read? I mean, we're all reading it. I feel like it's redundant for me to read this, even for like an audience.
Okay.
Anyway.
Then just tell them to look it up.
Look it up. It's got a super cool cover. It's a series.
There's people and magic, and it's kind of like Airbender, and that people are divided based on the kind of magic that they can do. And
this is what Air Awakens wishes it was. Just throwing it out there. Substance.
Air Awakens.
Yeah, but it's definitely like YA. So if you want like sexy hot sex things, this is not the book.
I'm excited for next month's picks because they're supposed to be LGBTQ. So I sent like a nomination for that. I hope it gets picked, but I don't care if it does.
You know what I realized the other day? I feel like we've read like multiple gay romances, and we have yet to read a lesbian romance.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like hoping that there is a lesbian romance.
But right, like it's not just me, right? We haven't read any lesbian, but we've read at least like 4 gay ones, right?
Yeah. Maybe that's the move. Maybe that'll be my love story romance spoof. Maybe I'll just have the 2 main women who are in a book club reading romance novels fall in love.
Okay.
Challenge?
I'll read it. Yeah, sure. Okay. Don't use the word cocky though.
Listen,
at any point.
Anything can be out there, because I was just told that next week there's a movie coming out about 60-something-year-olds in a book club reading 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, if only that read anything but 50 Shades. I'd be so I'd be like, we're all watching that together.
My teacher roommate, she was telling me she was gonna go see it, and like I was semi-interested up until she said 50 Shades of Grey, and then I was like,
yeah, because I was gonna be like, we're going to see that. Nope. 50 Shades. Come on, we've read terrible things. That wasn't one of them.
I mean, I read it.
If you're gonna read a terrible sex book, then you should at least make it have a T-Rex in it.
I mean, this is like for people who don't understand what romance books are for.
Yeah.
Or like. Oh my God, what? Andrea, The Rock found a baby bird and saved him.
Aww.
I love The Rock.
He's so cool. He makes
I
it funny.
love him so much. He's like, had to take care of this little guy this morning who I found on my porch struggling to fly.
Oh, damn. On that note, goodbye, internet. I'm going to go stalk The Rock's Twitter and Instagram page.
Yeah. Because you know who should play war? Him. But he's like, war, saving baby birds.
Yeah. He would, yeah. Okay. Okay. Are you hearing me, Laura? Are you hearing us? She already wrote the book. Fuck! Whatever.
Who's Laura?
The author! Laura Thalassa. Or Thalassa.
She's
Fucking
probably not watching.
her
this.
D&D
Might if
name.
you tag her.
You probably shouldn't tag her because she probably wouldn't watch long enough to get to the part where I said I actually gave it 4 stars.
That sounds like her problem.
All
All right. But now, girls, this was fun.
Yeah. I hope I didn't make too much noise. I tried to mute wherever possible.
No, I barely heard. This is nothing
Yeah,
like
I
the bean fiasco. We're good.
Yes. Full ass meal. I'm full.
What are the other? I forgot immediately what the other horsemen were. We have to look forward to 4 of these books.
Pestilence, war,
Famine,
and death.
What the fuck? How's famine gonna be any? I can't.
Hey, is there any more dip left? What do you?
I just don't get. I don't get.
There's no dip.
I don't know how this is gonna work.
I don't get why one of them is death. Like all of the other 3 lead to death.
Yeah, but it's more about suffering.
Horseman.
Yeah, they're all like it's the suffering before like final.
I think the order is supposed to be war, pestilence, famine, death, or pestilence, famine, war, death. Like they're supposed to be in order. Like one thing kind of leads to the next one, and then eventually death.
And they get gayer as they come down the line.
Yeah, death just comes out with the fucking rainbow suit from the Met that you sent us.
Yeah.
By the time death comes out, all of the horsemen are gonna have like human babies.
Ew.
Girlfriends. And then he's like, well, now I have to kill your families.
Fucking raw dogged her in that tub. Jesus.
There was
Not even in the apocalypse. Not even in the apocalypse. Safe sex.
There's so many like infections that she could have
This
caught.
is why you get the IUD, because if the apocalypse happens, you're still protected for 5 years.
But then 5 years come by, like, where are you going to find OBGYN to take it out?
I
Just
mean,
take it out. Taking it out is easy. It's reinsertion that's difficult.
yeah, listen, if you're still alive 5 years later, that's probably the least of your worries.
I guess.
Maybe it's like a tampon where like you should take it out soon. But if you only leave it in there late the one time, you're probably not going to immediately get toxic shock syndrome. So like maybe just leave the IUD in there an extra year.
Fuck. No.
Right?
Oh, my
Right?
stomach
It's the
hurts.
apocalypse. The end of days, you know.
Can we go now?
Yeah, you can go watch the fucking putrefaction from your face.
My sore / cigarette burns because I couldn't get my sores to be smaller.
Seriously,
I tried. I
like
didn't see none of you doing anything for the theme. I tried. I had
I
my
don't have to do anything. I'm the only one marrying him.
True.
I'm drinking, so
I mean, for me, Andrea, not for Pestilence. God. I dress up for y'all, not for the horsemen.
oh my god. Yeah, just like Sarah Burns doesn't shave for him, she shaves for herself.
Lies. Okay. Goodbye, internet.
Y'all.
Bye.
Bye, internet.